It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Hey, love, shout it, what the deal? Just keep it real. Tell that brother how you feel. And we could build many levels to your world. Let them reveal how your feelings stay concealed. Sit back and chill. J Nolan. Yeah, how many brothers really know what's on your mind? When your feelings start to show, how many left from on the line? You've been down, so come into the ears of the world. Early 20s popping pills with your girls. Homie, the real will unfurl. Chasing thrills in the swirl for Snapchat. Catching backlash for bashing men, but they don't know the half of it. They don't see the drama you face. They get the short story. They don't see the time that it takes. But I can picture from a different spectrum. And I ain't trying to give you no suggestions. Not the exception, I've been wretched since conception. But it's about you, how you plan to get about the struggle. Don't get mad cause I confront you. Anybody can lust you, but I recognize your hustle. Writing them term papers that you turned around and sold. Got you plenty of haters, it's all game. I love it about you, they love it out you. All your exes suck the blood about you. Don't let it try to what the deal. Just keep it real, tell that brother how you feel. And we could build many levels to your world. Let them reveal how your feelings stay concealed. Sit back and chill, shout it what the deal. Just keep it real, tell that brother how you feel. And we could build many levels to your world. Let them reveal how your feelings stay concealed. Sit back and chill. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Oh, man. Now, I know there was some talk a while back about Drake possibly being a part of the 2026 World Cup. I know even Maul had came out and said that there was the prospect that Drake could potentially be performing at the 2026 World Cup. As far as I knew, it was only going to be held in Canada, and I think Drake was supposed to be hosting it in some form or fashion. But now we've got even more confirmation, and it's not finalized, by the way. But the president of FIFA has come out. He did an interview on the news, and they say, hey, you know, Kendrick Lamar did the Super Bowl performance at halftime. What about getting Drake to form a rivalry and do some get back? And he said, hey, that might be something to look into. So although this isn't an official confirmation, this isn't set down in paper, this isn't set in stone, we are seeing more talks about Drake taking part as halftime performer at the 2026 World Cup games. Now, this will be the first time in 2026 that the World Cup will actually have a halftime show performance style situation going on. This is something that they announced well before now. Just didn't know who would be a part of it. I believe Global Citizen is the one that's putting it together. And Global Citizen has their own festivals and stuff that they do. So this is going to be a big deal. I mean, FIFA is huge internationally. Soccer is huge internationally. So if Drake is indeed a performer or the performer at whatever game ends up having a halftime show, this would be a pretty big deal. But, and it, before I go into and it will be a big redemption arc for him. It'll be a win. It'll be the max win this motherfucker been looking for about 12 months. But it's not going to be done to the same magnitude as Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the victor. He was the winner. He got to gloat his victory on a huge stage. Drake getting up there doing, you know, his records. It's probably not going to, hey, let's be real. We don't want to hear that motherfucking give me a hug out there. We're not going to want to hear none of that shit off that P&D album. Your ass, you get up there and do the classics. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that the people loved from damn near 2020 and back. Okay? Don't get up there trying to perform no motherfucking new music. But, again, if he does take the stage during the World Cup games, that would be a huge move for Drake. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull up the footage of, again, the FIFA president Gianni talking about this just today on the news.
Right, you call football a game you play with your hands.
So
I don't know who's right, who's wrong.
It gets a little complicated.
But we can call it soccer or football. It doesn't matter as long as we have fun, right?
Okay, I have a great idea for you for the halftime. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with this.
Tell me.
Drake. Because you were at the Super Bowl.
Boy.
Kendrick Lamar dissed him at the Super Bowl. You got
So we can create a bit of
yes,
rivalry.
Drake
right?
comes back for, you know.
That's a good idea. Actually, Drake was with us when we announced the host cities of...
You might be onto something here.
I should have his number still somewhere.
I expect to be sitting right next to you when you sign him on the dotted line. Anyway,
We'll do that.
nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you very
That's
much.
yours.
That's
Okay,
yours. I have
thank
4
you.
kids, so we're going to
One
appreciate
each.
you.
I love
Thank you
it.
very
Thank
much.
you.
All right. So that was Gianni receiving the suggestion, and he said Drake was with him when they announced the 2026 World Cup. So it's already there. He was already supposedly the host. It's already going to be in Canada. So it looks like this was already possibly a conversation well before any of this came to be. So let's do the flashback of when Drake was with him for the initial announcement.
Earlier today, Gianni met one of Canada's biggest football fans.
Are we rolling?
How do you make this? You're more used than me on this.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Canada as a whole, we have just such a incredible melting pot of people. But Toronto especially, there are just so many different cultural experiences. So when the World Cup hits, it's like...
Everyone's on the street.
it's
Everyone is,
like-
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful time. And I mean, obviously there's passion in many things, but the passion in the World Cup, I think, is unmatched.
Millions
Yes.
of fans coming from all over the world. And I'm sure they will be welcomed like nowhere else.
I mean...
Especially in Canada.
Not to make this a Canadian promo. Please feel free to visit Canada. We are the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. But yeah, of course, welcome with open arms. And just to have all these people who are there with passion, with competitive spirit, but for a great game, for a great cause. I think that it's just going to fill the streets with so much energy. We'll be ready for you in Canada. We are 26.
Now, I must say, I'm pretty glad that Roger Goodell ain't have Kendrick Lamar go on TV and do no shit like this. You understand what I'm saying? Now, hey, courtesy, that's all good. Cool, do what you got to do. Get your check, man. But I'm just saying, I'm glad the NFL didn't do the rollout in this fashion. You get what I'm saying? I'm glad they let Kendrick Lamar produce his own little advertisement commercials with the motherfucking the shit throwing the ball, having SZA pour the Gatorade on him and shit like that. No round twos. Like I like the production value on that. With this, they had the little funny little crunchy edits and shit with the little colorful 1970s shit going on. Look like them programs where you was supposed to get stoned and watch that motherfucker. Y'all remember the little Peel commercial where Busta Rhymes got dangerous from This Is Serious. Hilarious. Remember that fucking commercial? Look like one of them motherfuckers or something, man. But nonetheless, again, they've already been in conversations. They've already had Drake locked in or tapped in to be a part of it in some form or fashion. So it only would make sense. But yes, I'm glad Kendrick didn't have to do this. And I'm also glad Drake cut that shit off his fucking head. You know what I'm saying? Just to be fair. Just to be all the way real and honest with y'all. I'm glad he went back to his low cut because this wasn't working. But anyway, let's keep going. Now, if y'all can remember, it was only a couple months ago when Maul went on the Earn Your Leisure podcast, as y'all can see here. And this is where he also made mention of Drake during the World Cup. And he said, when it comes to the numbers and the viewership between the Super Bowl and the World Cup, it's no comparison. It doesn't matter if 100 million people tune in to the fucking Super Bowl, because way more people tune in to the World Cup. But of course, that's multiple days. You know, it's not just a one game situation. It's not just one championship. So of course, the numbers are going to be a little bit lopsided in that case. But here he is, you know, where he mentioned it a while back with these guys.
Rap music. The number one person in rap music. He's the number one person in rap music.
Well, Kendrick just put his album out.
Kendrick is the number one person in rap music.
In rap?
He's doing the Super Bowl
right now.
He has the number one.
Drake is doing the World Cup.
No. That's not the same.
It's not the same, right? You know how many people watch the World Cup? How many people watch the World Cup? I think they tally like 1.6 billion last time.
Yeah, that budget different.
Super Bowl was 123 million versus 1.6 billion viewers. It's just different is all I'm saying. It's just, what are we talking? That's what I'm saying. What perception, what lens are we looking at this through? If I'm hosting the World Cup is in my country.
But the World Cup day, it's playing with semantics, right? Because they this is the first time that they're having a performer. I don't think it's during the actual final game. It's like part of the world. It's like Fat Joe performing at the.
It's
the
nothing
World
like
Series.
Fat Joe.
No, I'm just saying.
It's nothing like that.
As far
Let me promise you something. It's nothing like
but
that.
I'm just saying, like that. The Super Bowl is standard. That's the standard.
Drake has turned down the Super Bowl.
Thank you. Tell him.
All right. And this is also during the time period where people were debating on whether or not Drake had turned down the opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl. Steve Stout, who's actually really close with Jay-Z, has worked with Jay-Z on a lot of branding situations over the years. He came out and said he at least knows of 2 situations in which Drake turned down the Super Bowl. There's other people out there that say he's turned it down 3 to 4 times in the past. I don't know what his reasoning was for turning down the Super Bowl, if that is indeed true. I don't know if it's a budget thing. I don't know if it was a confidence thing about having the right catalog to go out there and do on a solo level. I don't know if he was approached to do a Young Money Super Bowl and maybe he was like, I'm only doing it by myself. We're not doing it with these other niggas. I don't know. Right? But that was also a conversation a while back. People haven't really been talking about it since Kendrick did his thing out there. It's really been Kendrick's world this year in 2025. But of course, we have to revisit some of this stuff because of the re-energized chatter about Drake and the World Cup. You got Gianni back on TV. They're talking about it. People are giving him suggestions on, live news, Good Day News or whatever. So we'll just have to see who they end up choosing because, again, it's not set in stone that it will be Drake. It does make the most sense. They're going to Canada. He's the biggest artist in Canada. He's the biggest draw in Canada. He's the dude. But at the last minute, they could say, hey, Weeknd, you free this weekend? Come do it. You know what I'm saying? It could go a whole nother way. Or it could be shit. I don't know how many performances they're doing. I think it's just one. But if they turn it into a multiple performer thing, it might be, hey, Drake, Weeknd, party. Hopefully he's not playing with his nose at the time. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he could get himself together. But again, nothing is etched in stone at this point. It's all just speculation and hearsay and suggestions. So we'll just have to see how this thing ends up turning out, man. But if he does do it, it'll be a good look for him. You know what I mean? Again, it'll be a redeeming exercise for him. And he definitely needs one because it hasn't been looking like Drake's season at all. Even when he's trying to do something that can, help drop new music when the fans ask for it. The music didn't move me. But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more to survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest, but drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.